Hi David, it's a pleasure to welcome you to Adventure Gamers, and we just had an opportunity to check out Life is Strange Before the Storm, the first episode, and we were very impressed, and it felt a lot like coming home actually. Can you please tell us how the whole thing came along? I mean, did you approach Square Enix or was it the other way around?
Yeah, so I mean, we were all fans of the original game first. We had played it long before we ever knew we were going to have a chance to work on the property. We had initially started conversations with Square about, another title in the Life is Strange universe, and we worked together with the original design and production teams that worked on the original Life is Strange game to concept a new story, a new game to explore in the Life is Strange universe, and we're really excited to share it with everybody.
How hard is it to keep the game surprising when people kind of know certain things happening if they played the original game?
Well, so we intentionally set the events of Life is Strange Before the Storm 3 years prior to the original game. And so the story that we're telling, even the most diehard Life is Strange fan is not going to know how it's going to end. There's going to be just as many difficult choices, surprising moments, things that will stick with you long after the game is over and the credits roll.
You've actually showed us a very interesting new feature. Of course, there's not the time travel aspect anymore, which was very important in the original game, but there is now a new kind of feature related to the dialogues. Could you please explain that a bit?
Yeah, so we were showing off our backtalk feature. It should be noted it's not a replacement for the rewind power or anything like that. It's a dialogue system that we've crafted specifically for Chloe Price. That's all about using your wit and your banter to overcome different situations. So what we were showing off was, Chloe trying to get inside the mill. She had to win over a bouncer who didn't want to let her inside. That's one example of it.
We have seen Rachel kind of like in flashback several times in the first game, and we heard about her quite a lot of times. But this time, seemingly, we'll get to know her actually a lot better than we did in the original game. Can you describe Rachel a bit with your own words?
Sure. Obviously it's one of those things that we really want players to experience the story when they play the game, and so I don't want to spoil anything in that way, but it is a lot of fun to explore this mythic character of Rachel Amber, who, we just got little bits and pieces, little snippets of during the first game. So I think in a little bit of my own words, without getting too spoilery, she's kind of that beautiful, popular girl that's destined for success, but she has a tragedy that she's going to encounter, and it humanizes her in a really, really interesting way.
One thing that probably a lot of people felt when they played Life is Strange, both characters, but also Chloe is such an amazing character. Please talk about your views on the character, and are we perhaps going to see sides of Chloe in the new game that we have not seen before?
Yeah, we definitely will. So anyone who's played the original Life is Strange kind of knows Chloe as that confrontational, blue-haired, beanie-wearing badass. Whereas in this game, it's several years prior. The death of her father is much more recent, and so she's trapped in a place of grief and of depression. And so a lot of what we're exploring in this game is just the fact that she's not okay, and that it's okay to sometimes not be okay. And so what we're going to see is a side of her that's sad, that's grief-stricken, and that causes her to lash out, to be angry, to be rebellious in different ways. And we're going to get a lot of the backstory about why she is the way that she is in the original Life is Strange game.
Are the decisions that we're going to make within the game going to have an impact perhaps on Life is Strange 2, or is that completely independent?
I don't want to spoil anything about Life is Strange 2. They're working away diligently on that game, and so
To what degree were you cooperating with with the original designers of the original game?
So, from concept all the way through production, Life is Strange Before the Storm is a production of Deck 9 Games. Zach actually flew out to Paris a few months ago and showed them the whole first episode. They sat down, they just basically passed off a controller, and they sat down, they played the whole episode. And he said it was a really special moment because, seeing them laugh at the jokes and react to the surprises and all of those different things. So, we've shown them along the way different stages of the game in development and talked with them. And I just saw Luke the other day, and Raul was here as well. So we get a chance to talk to them from time to time, yeah.
So what's the plan for the release of the future episodes? For the time frame?
We don't have hard dates yet for those episodes that we want to talk about, but we're looking at somewhere around, I think, 8 to 10 weeks in between each episode.
Life is Strange, the first game aside, what narrative-driven games would you consider an influence on your team, on your work?
Obviously, we look at the original Life is Strange game a lot. That's the foundation of the series, the foundation of the franchise. What Don't Nod created was something really special and really unique. And so, in terms of different games, we've looked at things like What Remains of Edith Finch, Firewatch. We also look at TV shows, we look at movies, we look kind of all across the board to try and draw inspiration from.
So then we're really, really looking forward to the game, and thanks a lot for doing this.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.